Leo, today is not just another day on the calendar. August 13th, 2025, is the moment the universe has been orchestrating for you all along, your biggest turning point, the day the record-breaking win has begun. This is not a fleeting stroke of luck or a small break in the clouds. It is the moment when your path takes a decisive, irreversible shift toward the life you have always been meant to live. The energy around you today is not random. It is deliberate, it is aligned, and it is arriving exactly when you are ready to carry it. You are not here by accident. You are here because destiny called you, and you listened. Welcome to this space, where each message is crafted from the fusion of astrology, tarot, universal energy, and the timeless principles of the law of attraction. This is where divine timing meets conscious choice, where cosmic alignment merges with your free will. If you are hearing these words, you are one of the few who are being guided into a new chapter that will impact not only your own life but the legacy you leave behind. This is the record-breaking moment your soul has been waiting for, and you are standing right at its threshold. Picture the sky today, the sun blazing in your own sign, in perfect harmony with Jupiter's expansive force, opening what I call a golden portal. This is an astrological alignment that amplifies courage, magnetizes opportunity, and accelerates manifestation. It's a rare opening where the energy of victory is not just within reach, it is already leaning toward you. The question is no longer if, but how fully you will step into it. You've carried the weight of silent struggles, endured the nights where nothing seemed to move, and walked through seasons where faith was the only light you had. All of that has been preparation for today. Those tests were not punishment, they were training, sharpening your spirit and strengthening your capacity to hold the abundance that is now on its way. Today is the proof that none of it was in vain. Before we go further, I want to pause and acknowledge your presence here. Every time you choose to listen, to comment, to engage with what resonates in your spirit, you are not just supporting this work, you are actively affirming your connection to the messages the universe is sending you. Your presence here matters. Your attention matters. Your engagement helps this space grow, so that messages of clarity, healing, and empowerment can reach the people who need them most. And I want you to know, this is not simply about hearing predictions. It's about stepping into alignment with the life that has been waiting for you all along. So I encourage you to be present in this moment. Let this not just be another video you have here in the background. Let it be a conversation between your higher self and the guidance that has been trying to reach you. Take a deep breath and acknowledge to yourself, yes, I am ready. And then, make it known. Write in the comments right now, I am ready, or 888, as your sign of agreement, as your declaration that you are in alignment with what is unfolding. When you put it into words, you bring it into form. This is not just about watching and waiting. It is about actively participating in your breakthrough. The record-breaking win has already been set in motion, and by choosing to claim it, you align with it fully. Stay with me until the end of this message, because the layers of what is being revealed today are too important to walk away from halfway. There is a reason you found this, and by the time we reach the close, you will understand exactly why this was your moment to arrive. Leo, your path has never been one of conformity, and that is by design. The stars themselves have shaped your journey to forge a heart that leads with courage and generosity, yet knows the weight of responsibility. You carry the warmth of the sun as your ruling force, but even the sun must endure the long nights before it rises to illuminate the world again. This is why your life has held both moments of brilliance and seasons of testing, because the universe does not hand a crown to someone unprepared for its weight. It crafts a leader through the art of challenge. You are much like a rare gemstone buried deep within the earth. At first, unseen. Then, over time, the slow process of pressure, friction, and countless refinements shape it into something unbreakable. Each hardship in your life was one stroke of that polishing. Each rejection was a cut that revealed a clearer facet of who you truly are. You may have thought those seasons diminished you, but they were in fact carving away everything that was not essential, so the essence of your strength could shine unobstructed. Being the chosen one is rarely comfortable. It means walking roads others fear, making decisions that are not understood by the crowd, and holding on to your light even when the winds of doubt threaten to extinguish it. This is why the tarot reveals the strength card for you now. Your inner power is not the roar that intimidates, but the calm, steady presence that tames the chaos both within and around you. It is that quiet mastery over your own fears that turns obstacles into allies. And the sun, your own emblem, stands beside it in this reading, a reminder that your nature is to radiate truth and vitality. No matter how many clouds obscure the view, your light remains constant, waiting for the right moment to break through. Even in the language of numbers, this moment is encoded with meaning. The number 1 is the pioneer, the leader who steps first into the unknown, while 8 speaks to material mastery, abundance, and the flow of energy between giving and receiving. Combined, they form 13/8 date that marks this turning point in your life, symbolizing the unlocking of power and prosperity through the courage to stand alone when necessary. It is no coincidence that you are here now, under this precise alignment. Life, in its deeper rhythms, often mirrors the process of growth found in nature. A tree does not demand the sun to rise faster or the rain to fall on command. It simply roots deeper in the soil, trusting the cycles to bring what is needed in time. In the same way, your soul has been rooting itself through the dark, unseen phases, gathering strength so that when the moment to bloom comes, the growth will be sudden, undeniable, and unstoppable. This is why your differences are not flaws but the very proof of your purpose. You have been shaped for something that cannot be measured against ordinary timelines. You are not meant to fit in, you are meant to stand out as a point of light and guidance. The trials you've endured have been the exact preparation required for the opportunities now approaching. The universe has been weaving the threads of your destiny in a pattern too intricate to see up close, but when you step back as you will today, you'll begin to see the design taking shape. So, when you feel the weight of all that has come before, remember this: it was never to break you, but to break you open. The leader you are becoming was always within you, and now the world is ready to meet them. Your light was never meant to be hidden forever, it was meant to arrive exactly at this moment, when you are strong enough to carry it and wise enough to share it. This victory that is arriving in your life, Leo, is far greater than a personal win. It is a shift in the foundation of your lineage, a breaking of the invisible walls that have stood for generations. For too long, there may have been patterns in your family, financial ceilings, unspoken fears, cycles of limitation that seemed impossible to escape. But the energy you are stepping into now is that of the bloodline breaker, the one chosen to bring an end to those chains. It is not just about your success, it is about rewriting the story for everyone who carries your name now and in the future. This is a moment where your courage and faith converge, creating a ripple that will be felt far beyond your own lifetime. When we talk about the law of attraction, it is often framed as attracting what you want through focus and desire. But for you, this has been a deeper process. It hasn't been about wanting allanite, has been about becoming. Every thought you have refined, every decision to act from integrity rather than fear, every moment you chose to stand instead of retreat, these have been deposits into the field of energy that now surrounds you. You have been aligning not just your mind, but your entire being, with the vibration of breakthrough. That is why what is coming will feel almost too big to have been imagined. It's the compounded result of years of invisible alignment. The image that comes to me is that of a mighty river, blocked by a dam for centuries. The water builds, unseen, pressing against the barrier year after year. No one watching the stillness upstream could guess at the power gathering behind it. Then, one day, the dam gives way, and the force of that water rushes forward, unstoppable, flooding every dry place it touches. This is your moment, Leo. The reservoir of blessings, opportunities, and abundance that has been building over the course of your trials is about to break through, and nothing will be able to hold it back. There is a principle I have often shared with those who seek guidance in seasons of waiting: what is delayed is not denied. In fact, delay often multiplies the harvest. In the same way, a seed must remain hidden underground, unseen and unmoving to the eye, it is still at work sending roots deeper, strengthening itself to withstand the storms it will meet when it rises. Your life has mirrored this truth. The unseen years were never wasted, they were necessary to anchor you so you would not be swept away when the flood of victory arrived. Today, if you wish to fully embody this new energy, surround yourself with symbols that mirror it. One of the most potent is the color royal gold. It carries the frequency of sovereignty, confidence, and divine authority. Wearing it, keeping it in your space, or meditating on its rich glow can help attune your mind and spirit to the level of abundance you are now ready to hold. This is not just about the outer show, it is about the inner claim you make when you step into your own light unapologetically. This chapter you are entering is proof that transformation is not only possible, it is contagious. The fear that lived in those who came before you will dissolve in the presence of your courage. The scarcity that seemed permanent will no longer have a place to root in your family's story. You are not only crossing a threshold, you are holding the door open for those who will follow. And as you do, you will see that the victory given to you was never meant to end with you, it was meant to flow through you, like the river finally freed, watering every life it touches. There comes a point in your journey, Leo, when the effort that once felt necessary begins to feel like resistance. You've been conditioned to believe that every dream must be wrestled into being, that worthiness is proven by the weight you carry and the sweat you pour into it. But the truth of this moment is different. What's unfolding now is not the kind of blessing that needs to be dragged into existence. It is one that flows to meet you the moment you align yourself with it. There's a profound distinction between overexertion and aligned action. Overexertion pushes against the current, exhausting you in the process, while aligned action moves with the current, using its natural force to carry you further than your own strength could manage. This is where you are now. The river of your life has shifted, and the tide is in your favor. Opening to this energy requires trust, and trust begins with the willingness to release control. Not the kind of release that comes from apathy, but from a deep knowing that what is meant for you cannot pass you by. When you stop gripping so tightly, your hands become free to receive. This is why your greatest task in this season is not to fight, but to make room in your thoughts, your routines, and your expectations for the new reality that is arriving. If you have prayed, affirmed, and envisioned this moment. Now is the time to step aside and allow it to take shape without smothering it with doubt or constant interference. To align yourself with this flow, consider the rituals that greet your mornings. How you begin your day is how you set your frequency for everything that follows. Even 5 minutes of intentional stillness can anchor you in the energy of receptivity. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and imagine the version of yourself who has already received the victory you've been waiting for. Feel their peace, their gratitude, their quiet confidence. From there, write 1 or 2 affirmations that speak directly to that reality. I am prepared for every blessing that comes my way, or I welcome abundance with grace and wisdom. As you drink your first glass of water, speak a silent intention into it. Let each sip be a reminder that you are absorbing the energy of renewal and readiness. In the language of tarot, the Ace of Pentacles often arrives at the exact moment when a tangible opportunity is being placed in your hands, a seed of prosperity, a door opening in your material world. It may come as a new role, a financial breakthrough, or a resource that feels almost heaven-sent. But as with any seed, the promise it holds depends on your willingness to nurture it. And nurturing, in this case, doesn't mean forcing it to grow overnight. It means creating the right environment for it to thrive, trusting the process while taking the simple, consistent steps that keep it alive. If you want to step into this season with intention, try this small but powerful exercise. Write down 3 specific things you will do once this victory becomes real for you. Not vague hopes, but actions that embody the reality you are stepping into. Maybe it's calling someone you love to share the news. Maybe it's setting aside a portion of your gain to invest in something meaningful. Or maybe it's booking a quiet retreat to reflect and give thanks. Whatever they are, start aligning your behavior with them now. Speak about them as if they are already in motion. Take 1 small step toward each today, and you'll feel the shift from hoping for your win to living as if it has already been secured. The beauty of this moment is that the universe is not asking you to prove yourself through more struggle. It is inviting you to recognize that you have already done the proving, in ways that were unseen and uncelebrated. The harvest is not the reward for the loudest labor. It is the inevitable outcome of planting, tending, and trusting. Your role now is to stand with open hands, steady heart, and a willingness to say yes when the blessing arrives. And when you do, you'll find that what you've been chasing all along was already moving toward you, simply waiting for you to stop running and let it in. When certain celestial alignments occur, they don't just shift the currents around you, they accelerate them. With the Sun forming a harmonious trine to both Mars and Uranus, the pace of your destiny quickens. It is as if the cosmic clock has decided to skip forward, collapsing what once required months or years into a matter of days. Mars fuels you with the courage and drive to act decisively, while Uranus brings the unexpected breakthroughs that seem to appear out of nowhere but arrive with perfect timing. This combination is rare and potent, designed to push you past the old boundaries and into the territory you were always meant to claim. For many Leos, this acceleration follows a long season of laying the groundwork, often without visible reward. You have been building foundations that others could not see, and because of that, there were moments you may have wondered if anything was moving at all. But much like the bamboo plant, which spends years developing its root system underground before breaking through the soil, your growth has been deep, hidden, and essential. And now, in this moment, the shoots break through and rise rapidly, almost as if making up for lost time. This is why the progress you see now will feel like a leap instead of a step. It is the visible result of all the invisible preparation. When life begins to speed up like this, it's easy to be swept into the rush without pausing to care for yourself. That's why maintaining a grounded daily rhythm becomes essential. Simple practices can anchor you even in a whirlwind. Begin with the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Repeating this cycle several times to bring your nervous system back to calm. Pair this with nourishing your body intentionally, adding vitamin C and omega-3s to support resilience, especially when demands increase. These are small actions, but they keep you steady while momentum builds. In your work, now is the time to consider new directions you might have resisted before. Acceleration often comes with opportunities disguised as disruptions. The urge may be to cling to familiar structures, but the energy of Uranus rewards boldness and innovation. Step into the untested idea, the unexplored approach. These may hold the very key to your next breakthrough. In your finances, safeguard the gains this period brings by following the 50/30/20 principle. Allocate half to essentials, 30% to what enriches your life, and 20% to saving or investing. This ensures that rapid growth turns into lasting stability. In love, the same principle of openness applies. Acceleration in relationships often brings clarity about who aligns with your energy and who does not. Express your feelings naturally, without the need to control outcomes or the other person's responses. In doing so, you create space for authentic connection to deepen or for misaligned bonds to release without conflict. Color can be a powerful tool to help you keep pace with this quickening. Ruby red carries the vibration of vitality, determination, and grounded confidence. Wear it when you need to channel focused action, or place it in your surroundings as a reminder that speed is not meant to unsteady you, it is meant to empower you. The beauty of this moment is that it is not random. You have been prepared for this pace, even if you doubted it before. The universe is not asking you to run frantically to keep up. It is aligning events so they arrive exactly when you are capable of receiving them. Trust that the rapid unfolding is not chaos, but orchestration. Your role is to stay present, anchored, and responsive, letting each opportunity find you ready. When you understand that acceleration is a gift, not a burden, you stop bracing against it and start moving with it, and that's when destiny doesn't just approach, it sweeps you forward into the life you've been waiting for. There will come a moment, Leo, when the victory you've been moving toward will speak for itself. You won't need to explain the steps you took or defend the choices you made. You won't have to point to the long nights, the sacrifices, or the countless times you kept going when no one was watching. The results will be visible, undeniable, and so aligned with who you are now that your silence will carry more weight than any argument ever could. This is the energy of completion, of a cycle fulfilled, the very essence of the world in tarot. It is the card that marks the closing of an era and the graceful entrance into a new one, not with chaos, but with a sense of wholeness. It shows that you have learned, integrated, and embodied the lessons of your journey, and now you are free to move forward unburdened. In numerology, the repeated appearance of the number 8 during this time is more than coincidence. 8 is the number of balance between the material and the spiritual, between giving and receiving, between ambition and rest. It is the infinity loop turned upright, a reminder that what you put into the world will inevitably return to you. This is the vibration of sustainable success, the kind that doesn't burn out or crumble under pressure because it's rooted in integrity. When your win arrives under this energy, It won't just be a burst of loot, it will be a sign that you have reached a level where your external reality mirrors your inner growth. It's important to remember that recognizing your worth before the world acknowledges it is part of claiming your victory. If you only begin to believe in yourself once the applause starts, you'll always be dependent on external validation. That's why I want you to take a moment now, before the breakthrough becomes public, to honor the journey you've already completed. Write down 5 things you have accomplished that you are deeply proud of, not just the obvious milestones, but the quiet wins too. The time you chose kindness over revenge. The moment you kept your promise to yourself when no one else was holding you accountable. The day you stood up and spoke when your voice trembled. These are the foundations of your current and future success. When the larger victory comes, you will see how it was built upon these smaller, sacred triumphs. I also want you to consider how you will carry yourself once this win arrives. There is a certain grace in allowing your results to be the message. You don't have to prove anyone wrong, you simply live in the truth of what has unfolded. Those who doubted will see, those who believed will celebrate, and those who never noticed will now understand. But none of it will define you as much as the quiet confidence of knowing you were always enough even before the evidence appeared. This is the essence of walking in your power without forcing it, letting your life become the testimony instead of your words. And when you reach this place, it's not just about basking in the spotlights, about radiating light so naturally that it uplifts others without you trying to convince them of anything. That's the true mark of someone who has completed a chapter and stepped fully into the next. Their presence alone changes the atmosphere. If you can feel this energy rising within you, if something in you knows you are on the edge of a chapter where your life itself will be the proof, declare it. Speak it into the space around you. Write it into your journal. And if you feel called, share it here. Leave the words, "I am ready to shine," as your affirmation. In doing so, you acknowledge that you are prepared not just for the win, but for the balance, the fulfillment, and the quiet strength that comes with it. Leo, as we come to the close of this journey together, I want you to pause and fully feel the truth of where you are standing. You are the chosen one, and today is the day the map of your life is being redrawn. The chapters ahead will not look like the ones behind you, because you are no longer the same person who began this path. You have been refined, strengthened, and shaped for this exact moment, not just to receive the victory, but to hold it, grow it, and let it ripple far beyond your own life. This is not a fleeting win, it is a foundational shift that will define the next season of your existence. So as you step into what is rightfully yours, I want you to do so with a steady heart, eyes wide open, and a spirit unafraid. This moment is an invitation to live boldly and intentionally, to make choices not from fear but from the deep knowing that you are supported, prepared, and more than capable. Remember, your win is not just about you, it's about the example you set, the doors you open, and the hope you ignite in others who are still searching for their way. You are changing your own life, yes, but you are also leaving an imprint for an entire generation to follow. Think about it. What would it look like if you carried yourself from this day forward as though the victory was already secure? How would you speak? How would you act? Who would you become if you stopped waiting for permission and started living as if the life you've prayed for was already here? These are the questions that can shift your mindset from wishing to embodying, from hoping to claiming. And the more you practice stepping into that version of yourself, the more your reality will rise to meet you. Your light is not meant to be hidden. It is a compass for others, a steady flame in a world that can feel uncertain. There are people who will see you rise and realize that they, too, can rise. There are hearts that will find courage because you dared to shine. Never underestimate the quiet, steady influence of your presence seat can be more powerful than any grand gesture. If this message has touched you today, let it be more than just words you heard. Put it into action. Write down one step you will take this week to align with the life you desire. Share it if you feel called, so you can inspire others who are walking a similar road. And I'd love to hear from you what part of today's message resonated the most. Which truth are you claiming for yourself right now? Leave your answer in the comments so we can celebrate and affirm it together. Thank you for spending this time with me here on Eternal Mindfulness. Every like, comment, and share helps this community grow and ensures that more chosen ones can receive the guidance they need. Your support is what allows these transformative messages to reach those who are ready for change. I am deeply grateful for your presence, your trust, and your willingness to open your heart to what the universe is offering. Until next time, remember, today is your day, and you are ready for all that's coming.